Hi, everyone. A while back, Courtney asked me to consider talking about mental health in light of the COVID crisis. And I've been thinking about what to say and what kind of key points to make about this. And I realized that there is a lot of information out there about how to keep a regular schedule, how to stay active, how to stay in touch with your community and your friends, all of which is vital and important. So I decided to focus on some slightly different things today as I talk with you. The first is that your experience of this COVID 19 pandemic and the social isolation that's required and the stay at home orders and all of that kind of stuff is just that. It is your experience. Um, it may not be like anyone else's, and others' experiences may not be anything like yours. Um, you may be a parent trying to work from home and homeschool children when you've never done that before. Uh, you may be doing that with compliant 10-year-olds or anxious high schoolers or very young first and second graders who cannot work independently at all. Those experiences are vastly different. You might be someone who's trying to work from home and missing the interactions on your job and the uh, ability to work face to face and trying to learn to do this with new technology that is difficult for you and it's not comfortable, and that adds to your stress. You may be someone who is not in the work world and who is really struggling with the isolation of being at home and having nothing to do, in a sense. You're not able to continue doing things that gave your life meaning before. Um, so the fact that our experiences are different does not mean that we shouldn't share about our experiences with each other, with our friends, with our family. But it does mean that we should listen with a compassionate ear to their stories and their concerns and give folks the gift of your presence and thoughtful attention rather than your advice and recommendations. The second thing that I thought worth considering is that all the stresses and changes and anxieties in this time come with a lot of losses. You didn't get your high school graduation, perhaps, or your vacation was canceled, or you can't spend time with your friends, or you didn't get to meet your new grandchild as I didn't, or a colleague died and the funeral was so strange. Your job is gone and you're financially struggling and don't know how you're going to make this all work. There are many more losses that we could list, but take the time to notice, to feel the pain, and to mourn. This is really a holy sadness. When we don't give it its due, it poisons us in ways we often don't understand until years later, if then. So cry when that is right. Shout your anger to the heavens when that is what you need to do. Do not be afraid of these feelings. They are real and they need to be expressed and appreciated. The third thing I would say is recognize that you, like most people, are doing the best you can and that it may be very hard for you right now. Therefore, be kind to yourself. Do the things that in the moment honor your needs and your emotional state. If you have time to learn a new skill, a new language, a new way of being, and that interests you and is exciting, and you want to do that, then by all means do it. But if that sounds like so much effort and you just don't have it, then honor that as well. Some days, getting out of bed, making coffee may be a challenge, and that may be enough. Love yourself enough to challenge yourself occasionally and to allow yourself to relax and enjoy simple things as well. I'd like to conclude by reminding you something I hope you already know is that when things get really, really tough, you may need help. And you may need to call on someone to figure out what kind of help you need. Some symptoms that would tell you that this is getting out of hand would be if you can no longer sleep, if you're not eating well, if you are finding yourself in such a deep pit of despair that you begin thinking about life is not worth living and suicide begins to be a thing you think about. If you are considering harming people because you're so angry at whatever, at the restrictions or at people don't wear masks or whatever it is that's getting your anger out of control, that tells you that you need some help. If you need help, please call someone. If you don't know where to call your pastor, Courtney, call me, call your county mental health department, and just say, I need some help and I don't know what to do. That will be honored and respected, and you're not weird. Many of us have done that at one time or another. So I wish you well. I hope that this time of pandemic and all the adjustments that come with it goes as smoothly as possible for each of you. And I trust that God is with us and that we are with each other in this time. You're not alone. Neither am I. We have resources that we need to use them. So please call on me or anyone that you need to ask for help. Thank you. Bye.